We're ready to go.
Okay. Hello everybody. Today we're going to do an oil change on my John Deere D130 tractor. Now it was pointed out to me that in a previous oil change video that I did, I didn't cover the two other configurations of this tractor. Some of them do not have the drain tube. And so we're going to go over the part number and everything so that if you've got a John Deere tractor that does not have the oil drain tube, you can go ahead and order one, and then when you're doing your next oil change, you can just throw the tube on, and from there on out, your future oil change just gets super easy. Another one is John Deere makes a kit now, and I'm going to list that also, that will allow you to change the easy change, which leaves a whole lot of oil in the mower. It'll allow you to change it to this same tube so that you can get a more complete oil change. And they say the easy change is easy, but I can't imagine it gets much easier than this. So let's get to work. Okay, first thing we're going to do is get the front end of the mower up off the ground. We're going to make ourselves enough room for our drain pan to fit underneath. And our drain pan should just slide under the tire now. Sometimes you have to rock the mower just a touch. Make sure you put your emergency brake on before you do this. And there we have it. Now that's in a nice place to catch the oil. We'll take the side cover off, and draining the oil is just as easy as taking this little cap off. Now I let the motor run for a couple of minutes. I don't know that it makes any difference, but I feel like it does if the oil's got a little bit of warmth to it. There we go. Get her nice and clean. Now let's pop her off. Now it looks like my tube needs tightened a little bit. And there you have it. And see, I do very regular oil changes, so the oil doesn't look half bad. And while that's draining, we'll grab our big apprentice wrench and make sure our tube's nice and tight. And you can see it needed a little tightening. Not quite sure how they shake loose, but they do. Okay, this tube is the part that we're referring to. This is the tube you'd need if you were changing it from a non-tube where it's in here and it just drains all over the motor, or if you've got the quick change and you want to get rid of it. This tube's only about 10 bucks, and it can be had just about any place. You can order it on Amazon if you want to. This motor takes about 2 quarts of oil, which is a ton of oil for a lawnmower. They usually take much less than that, but it is a 724cc motor. Okay, that's pretty close enough, and it'll drip like this for half an hour. So let's go ahead and put the cap on and head for the other side. Okay, this side won't be much different. We're going to take our side pan off just like the other one. There you go. Now we're going to pull our oil pan over to this side. And this is going to be a little messy no matter how you do it. Just with the design, it's going to get oil on your frame. But we drained it first. And now we'll clean up our mess and put our new oil filter on. There you go. I always try to be as neat as possible when I'm doing this. Now I change the oil twice a season. I use the 4967 Fram filter. It's got a little bit more capacity than the John Deere filter does, but that's not the reason I use it. I use it because it's a $4 filter and it does the job. I've run these John Deere tractors for over 20 years with no problems at all, and I've never had an engine failure. So I would argue that that filter works perfect. And that's just about it for your oil change. The only thing we've got left is put a little more oil in it and finish cleaning up our little mess here. One of these days they'll make an extension for this, but the problem you've got is the side cover's in the way. Let's go ahead and put both our side panels back on. That's one. And there's number two. And let's add some oil. Make sure you don't have any junk in your funnel, because that can be the death of your engine right there. So we're going to start off by adding almost 2 quarts. And the reason we're adding almost 2 quarts is we know we left a little bit of oil in the bottom of the motor when we did this. Okay, let's see how much we put in. We've put in not quite 2 quarts. Okay, and according to our mark, we're just a touch under 2 quarts so far. We'll check it again, and if she's between the marks, we'll go ahead and start her. Picked up some oil on the way down, so it's hard to tell. Okay, now it's actually showing a touch high on the marks. So let's start her up and let it fill up the filter and see what our result is. Okay, now it's had a chance to throw the oil around a little bit. And we are a tiny bit above the high mark. We'll take that. Okay, that's it. That's how easy it is to change the oil on a riding lawnmower. I'm going to include the part number for that little tube that extends it out away from the frame for the drain side. And also I'll include the kit number to remove the easy change, because a lot of people aren't real fond of the easy change because it leaves too much oil in the engine. So we jacked the front end up as high as we could get it, only to get the oil pan underneath it. That's how I prefer to do it. You can do it your way. Well, I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.